Hey guys, it has gotten a little bit cold here in Texas, so I'm all warm and cozy. I've been out doing some errands, but I had a few minutes in the house alone, so I thought I'd sit down and make this video. Now, we've been asked a lot to do more videos on the transgender issues because I know for me, I have been I scour the internet for information on how to deal with this. You name it, and I've looked it up. And so, if I can be helpful to somebody else, why not? Now, my daughter is not comfortable being in front of the camera. She actually wanted to do this video, but she's just not comfortable putting herself out there like that yet because this is a pretty ugly place to come sometimes here on YouTube. But thankfully, I've not gotten a lot of hate, so I'm really thankful for that. But let's get into this. She actually came up with these questions on her own. I kind of glanced over them. I haven't really looked at them, but I am going to answer her questions as candidly as I can. I'm going to have my glasses on for this. Okay, the first one is, at what age did you notice anything? Well, this is kind of, gosh, you know, when she was little, we noticed. I know this is a funny story for me now, looking back at it. My daughter had, my middle daughter had that little 3-foot tall Barbie that the little girl could wear the clothes that Barbie was wearing. Well, my transgender child wore those clothes all the time. My middle daughter didn't wear those. She never wore those clothes. And she's, you know, a cisgender female. My transgender daughter wore those clothes all the time. And at the time, I thought, you know, well, I mean, that's all she has to play with. She doesn't have anybody else to play with. So, of course, she plays with girl stuff. But looking back, it started very early. I knew from a very early time that I didn't know what it was, and when she hit, you know, around puberty, we did sit her down and say, you know, if you're gay, it's okay. We kind of see that there's a little something different going on, and if that is the case, it's okay. And at the time, she said, no, I'm not, because you know she was just trying to figure out who she was at that point too, and because of where we live in the deep South, it's not cool to be gay at all. So nobody wants it, and that's again why I can't understand why people think this is a choice. Why would anybody choose this kind of lifestyle where they get ridiculed day in and day out? You know, I don't understand why somebody thinks they would choose this. It is who they are. It is how they were made. So, next question. I'll try not to make my answers be a mile long every time. Sorry about that. When did you find out and how did you feel? We found out, it kind of happened in stages for us. We found out, she came out first as being gay, and I think a lot of the trans community does that because, you know, we're just on the edge of this. It was even known, like, you know, when she was little, I didn't even know the word transgender. So she didn't come out. She came out as gay, I guess, about two and a half years ago. And then a few months after that, she came and I could tell something was on her mind. And she said, when you have some time, I want to sit down and talk to you. And I said, okay. And so we went, you know, to the dining room alone, and she said, I have something I want to show you. And I said, okay. So she pulled out her laptop and she turned it around, and there was these pictures of a girl on there. And I said, okay, who is that? And she just sat there looking at me, and I said, who is that? Well, it was her. And, you know, I remember going, holy cow, you're pretty. You know, not that she's not pretty all the time, but here, you know, I've seen her in a way I've never seen her before. And it was just like, oh my gosh. And so I remember feeling, and I'm gonna do this video without crying because I spent many years crying over not many years, but I spent a long period crying, not because she's transgender, but because she's got to live in this world with not so nice people. So I remember feeling very heavy-hearted because, holy cow, we're about to take on this journey that's going to be really rough. And I felt, you know, sad for her that this would be her life. So, but otherwise, I was like, okay. And I don't have a problem with it at all. I've never had a problem with it. So, okay, next question. Did you have a positive or negative opinion of transgendered people before knowing? I had a positive opinion of them. I call it mother's intuition. I don't know, but for several years before she actually came out, I had immersed myself in that culture on YouTube. I had looked it up. I had learned all I could learn about it because it was very interesting to me that, I mean, I knew it had to be, um, um, it was how people are made, because they would not choose to go through the heartache and stuff that they go through to be transgender just for, like, sexual thrill. People wouldn't do that. Anyway, moving on. Do your parents approve of your child's gender identity? I can only speak for my daughter, and as far as her, me and her dad, we both approve. Okay. We didn't understand it for a while, but we both approve. Number 5, knowing what you know now, do you question the sexuality / gender identity of people you know, of other people you know? Sometimes I guess I do. I think, to me, when I hear somebody that's going, down with those gay people are terrible, rah, 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 it makes me think, you know what, you're probably secretly gay, and that's why you're speaking out so loudly about it, because that is who you are, and you can't be true to yourself, so you throw rocks at them. So that's my opinion on that. Okay, number 5. No, I just did number 5. Number 6. Do you think it's easier to accept someone that passes than not? This is a hard question. Yes, I'm sad to admit that. I'm ashamed to admit that when someone passes easily as female, it's easier to not give it a second look, and I think this is true for a lot of the population. When you see someone that doesn't pass, you immediately go, oh my God, that's a man in woman's clothes. You don't think, oh my gosh, that person is struggling. They're, a woman, but they're trapped in this man's body. I know a lot of people don't like you to say that, if they're, it's female trapped in a male body or whatever. My daughter actually doesn't like that to be said either, because she, I don't want to go into that. We'll go into that at a different time. But yes, I do think it's easier to accept someone that passes easily. I have, however, changed my opinion on that, and I try to accept everyone that is struggling with this, because it is truly a struggle. And I had to, we spoke at length on this, my daughter and I, because her sister, some days doesn't choose to wear makeup or anything like that, and we just know and accept that she's a girl. So why do I have to? And I was the guilty one, saying, why don't you do your hair? Why don't you do your makeup? I wanted her to appear more female because it just felt, easier to me. So, yes, I'm getting better at that. But, yes, I think it is true for a lot of us that we accept them when they appear to be what we consider normal, looking. So, I am changing that, though, for myself. 7, would you think that it's cruel to treat trans people as woman? Oh, here's another. See, I didn't even read this one. Would you think that it's cruel to treat trans people as woman trapped in a man's body? No, I don't think that's cruel. And she and I have spoken at length on this. She's not comfortable saying that. She started out saying that she started out saying that she felt like a woman trapped in a man's body. But over time, she has decided that she is more comfortable saying that she is a transgender woman, and that she has body dysphoria. She's not a man trapped in a woman's body. So that just is easier for her to say it like that and to come to terms with it like that. So I don't think it's cruel to treat them that way, because I think some of them feel that way, that they are literally a woman trapped in a man's body. And I think it's how, you treat the person according to how they, personally feel. If they don't like you saying that, they are a woman trapped in a man's body, don't say that. We're learning so much about this. We're learning every single day, and I'm so glad to see that there are others that are willing to learn along with us. And of course, there are some that are not willing to learn either, and we'll get there. Okay, question number 8. Once the trans issue hit, it seemed to be quickly accepted by the mainstream. Do you think that can be attributed to the history of social justice work that has taken place in America, or the internet? I think, again, that is it's a little bit of both. I think, no, it's a whole lot of both. I think, absolutely the people that have gone before, our children, the trans community, the gay community, they have done amazing work, hard work too, to make this more accepted. I think the internet, though, has opened up all of our worlds a great deal. I know it has mine. I'm so thankful that we live in this time where we do have the internet that has we've been able to reach out to other people like this and learn about it, and learn that it's not a fetish, it's not a mental disorder, it's not any of those things. It is simply someone trying to exist in this world, and they're maybe a little bit different than the norm, but what is the norm? I think we all have our quirks, and I wouldn't call this a quirk. This is a hardship for them because our world has not been very accepting. So, anyway, that's my take on these questions. Guys, we will do more videos like this. If you have a topic you would like us to talk about, by all means, leave it below in the description, and I will sit here and talk, tell you my thoughts on it. These are just my thoughts, just my opinions. If you have one that's different, by all means, make your own video about it. I don't discourage a conversation down in the comments. I do discourage, hurtful comments, because those won't be tolerated. I don't have time for that. You can be ugly somewhere else. I don't need it. So if you have something you want to talk about, by all means, let me know in the comments section below. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time.